Chelsea's manager. We have a few minutes before we have to wrap. I want to know what you're thinking about the situation not too far from here in southwest London with the Blues. Who's going to be the Chelsea manager?
Pochettino, I think. I think it's a project that Pochettino would love to do, to be able to have the deep pockets, to have that quality of squad at his disposal, and to get them into shape, because that's what it needs. It looks like Chelsea have been, you can't really see the pattern that they've got. They need a manager who knows what knows what he wants and knows what he's going to do. I think Pochettino's tailor-made for that.
I honestly really don't know. I know that's not an answer for you, but genuinely, like, you see what's going on at Chelsea, and there's talk about should they get the manager in now, if it's Poch or whoever, to work with the players and see what he wants to do with the squad. Clearly, there's almost like a large group of players that needs whittling down a little bit.
Players.
Yeah, so whoever comes in needs to sort of think, who's going to be my
That's
team
right.
going forward, who am I going to work with? At the moment, it just seems like it's a club that's just drifting around a little bit. And
Rudderless.
It needs, and I like Frank, and it must be really, really difficult circumstances for him to go in and try and do that. But it's a big club, clearly, with new ownership. They'll want to kick on, so this next appointment is going to be crucial for them.
Because the latest update, and it could change day by day, but at time of recording, Nagelsmann has pulled out because of some issues with how recruitment is done at Chelsea. It's not impossible to believe either, given everything that's happened over the past year.
I could believe that.
Luis Enrique is out of the equation. Pochettino has held talks. Vincent Kompany, who's doing a brilliant job with Burnley in the Championship's name is now in the hat as well. Very much an Arteta route, although he didn't play for Chelsea, but he's a young manager who's making an impression. Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's an unnamed manager who we don't know who it is just yet.
It's not Mourinho again, is it?
That's a shortlist. No, I don't think so.
Or Conte.
No.
I mean, listen, I put nothing past this managerial merry-go-round.
No.
Because we've seen it happen before. Managers who have got big resumes going back or going to a club like Chelsea, because big players respond to big managers. We've seen it happen at Chelsea time and time again. So Poch, I believe it's tailor-made for Mauricio Pochettino. Will he get the job?
It's young players. Why do you think it's tailor-made for him? Is it because he knows the Premier League, unlike, say, a Nagelsmann or Enrique, whoever it is? Or is it also because the fact that he's got a track record of youth? Think of Dele Alli. Dele Alli's best football was there. Harry Kane was exploding onto the scene.
What he done with Spurs, what Pochettino done with Spurs, he took Spurs from being a kind of mediocre team, middle team, to Champions League finalists. And they finished in Champions League spot. And listen, they were a dangerous side.
Well, even before that, let's not forget where he was.
Southampton.
Exactly.
I mean, when he first came to Southampton, came to the Premier League, he was doing some good things at Saints.
Listen, and I don't want to speak ill of Southampton, but yeah, he done a good job at Southampton, definitely. But when you saw him at Spurs, because remember, I'm an Arsenal fan. When you see him at Spurs, you're like,
wow,
what's going on? And they kicked on and got to the Champions League final. So he knows London. He knows what Chelsea are. I don't see why he wouldn't say, I'll have that, because he's had problems at Spurs with they've not been going in their pocket to help him get players that he wants. They do that at Chelsea.
Maybe, just saying, putting it out there, his experience at PSG has maybe soured him to having too many egos to massage. Maybe.
Well, you know what, Adam, this is one thing I will say. And Franny, I'd love your take on this. These big jobs do not come around all the time. So if you get offered one, if you are that manager, you've got to take it.
Yeah, and it takes I mean, it's one of those clubs, I think, isn't it, that needs almost like a kind of personality. So clearly someone that knows what they're doing. But it's one of those jobs that you just think, how long do you have in it? Yeah. You know, if things don't go right, they've been quick in the past, clearly, to sort of, show the manager the door if things aren't going well. Yes, they will get money to spend, as you say, Kev, probably. But they've got abundance of talent there as well. And isn't there the Lukaku scenario as well?
So many questions.
There's so many pieces that, need to almost like get them back on track again. And the managerial appointment is going to be key.